What the fuck is up, party people? My name is Mystery, and welcome back to the FBL. This isn't really a podcast. We'll just call it the FBL Channel. Today I'm joined here with Jamal.
Hi.
Harris.
Yeah.
Tristan.
What's up?
James.
You.
And Theo Buster.
Hello.
Alright, so we're going to be going through all of the D3 teams today, and just talking about like team comp, how well they did in the draft, and then how they're doing so far in the season. So first up, we're going to talk about Andy. I guess I'll read off all the mons for this one. Lando T, Hydreigon, Kartana, Toxapex, Volcarona, Bronzong, Comfey, Mudsdale, Archeops, Arctovish, Dedenne, and Machoke. So anything you guys want to say to start? I mean...
Top heavy.
It's electric types of the
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say the most interesting thing to note is actually no, it's one of the two teams that doesn't have a mega. So it's just kind of.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, but top six, bottom six, night and day.
Like, if you look at Andy's team, I don't know how he got the top four, and then just kind of the rest went all over
He
the
said
place.
time to eat the team. He said time to put in the trash bin.
Yeah.
All right.
Like he started off strong with the top four and then ruined it like towards the end. So like.
Well, like, yeah, the difference between his top four and his bottom four is, like, the best mon in the bottom four is Machoke, probably, and then, like, the best mon in the top four is Lando T, so...
Guys, but don't forget, 1 week he basically brought his bottom 6 Pokemon.
Did
Which
he?
week was
I
that?
don't remember that.
Which week was
Yeah,
that?
against, I want to say second week?
Was
I'll open
it?
up the...
I'm
replay.
opening it up now.
Check it out.
No, it wasn't second week.
Okay.
Third week? I swear one of these weeks he did.
I feel
Third
like we
week.
can't
It
move
was third
on.
week.
Oh my
It was
God.
third week and it was exactly the bottom 6.
He
Oh,
brought,
no,
he
it was
brought the...
versus-
Oh, because it was versus his friend, yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah.
That's his
Can
friend.
we just talk
That makes
about? Can we just talk about the differential this fucking Volcarona
Yeah,
has?
no, I was gonna say
Yeah,
we cannot move on without talking about this 14.
Yeah, so the
and 1
Volcarona, for anyone that is just listening and not watching, is 14-1 through 4 games. Like,
It's-
my
I
Cinderace
also
won
wanna point
MVP
out-
last year.
No.
Oh, you can go,
Three.
James.
No. 3 games.
I also want to point out the funny thing is the Volcarona is 14-1, and the next positive and only positive mon is Machoke at 2-1.
This dude is carrying the team.
Literally, Volcarona said, "Yo, I got
Every
this.
single mon is
I'm
on the
running."
back.
Well,
Oh,
he
my
got
God.
the 7-0, didn't he? He got the JV.
Yeah, no, that was the Magirna team.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that
you're
was-
right. Magirna,
No,
No, he
yes.
like 6-0'd Theo, and then he like got
No,
out like a
yeah,
4-0 on
5-0'd
somebody
me,
else.
6-0'd Soups.
Yeah.
And then he lost his other 2 matches.
Yeah, he's too.
I can at least say
for
for my match, I prepared too much for the top 4 and not enough for the Volcarona.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even bring 2 of the top 4 in my match, so that hurt.
Volcarona interchangeable with the top.
I think Andy's wall breakers are really, really good. Like if
Yeah.
you look at it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
like the top
Austin's
three are
crazy.
amazing in their own right. Like
Oh, so you got that clean bronze song.
Bro,
That's
change
my
that
guy.
Toxapex to like a Manaphy, and this is a team I would use, definitely.
I gotta say,
Riley
like,
Tex is
you know,
fine.
I just realized-
liking ball.
I just think like a lot of his bulk doesn't work well together either. Like if you look, he has great
Yeah.
offensive core, but then his bulk is just weird.
My question is, why does he have Mudsdale and Arctovish when he has Toxapex and Lando T?
yeah, that's
I'm
what.
saying his bulk is
I was gonna
weird.
say, he's got
Why do you
rip.
have the Dene if it comfy?
Literally, if he dropped the Arctovish and the Mudsdale, he could get a better electric type than the Nene.
Yeah, I think that's the thing though, is he has all of his moves available, so like there's a lot he could still do with this team.
Well,
if
isn't
you,
this
you
the
know-
last week he can make a move?
Yeah, he'd have to
Well,
do it in this
Yeah,
week.
you'd have to do it now, but.
Wait, is it like today is the last day?
No.
Oh, it's next week.
Nah,
Next
Okay.
week
next
is the
week.
last
I was
week
gonna
to
say,
do it.
alright. I mean, like, I
Yeah,
like
next
Toxapex
season.
Bronzong. I think that's a pretty decent combo.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta say, like a lot of
Yeah,
his
Andy's
bulk
team is
doesn't
pretty
have,
good.
unless he's like set up Comfey, he doesn't have a lot of like natural recovery going.
But like
on.
Mudsdale doesn't really do a whole lot for his team. I mean, like he could drop like,
His bottom 5 don't do anything for his team.
yeah.
I gotta say, and Mudsdale. Okay, hot take. Mudsdale definitely underrated.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
on this team,
That's
I like
fine,
those.
but like,
Mudsdale's
it
a
makes no
Pokemon
sense
that
on
never
this team
gets
though.
yeah, it's
No,
not.
no, it
it's
doesn't
not
make
that's what I'm
bad,
saying.
but-
it's not bad, but on this team, it has no point.
No, with Lando, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason for Mudsdale. I mean, you could drop him. I think Archeops is what, like 5 points. something like
I
that.
think so.
I mean, you could get like
Yeah.
yourself like a decent 12-point electric type.
I can't say bad because it has good speed. It's just bad
I
because
mean-
it's dumb ability.
Yeah.
I think his speed tiers are kind of weird, but if you look at the top 3, those are all like really good and really viable. So it's just like, what does
I mean,
it
he
matter?
has what? He has 5 Pokemon over base 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5, and then Lando T, Hydreigon are really close. Like his team is fast as fuck.
So
I mean, there's Cortana, there's Arceus. The Dene's never coming, and then
I'm
like,
looking at if he wants to have more to his bulk, and he's gonna
Arceus
drop.
Arc Division pickup like Galvantula is still available.
Well, I was saying if he drops Arctozolt, Archeops, not Arctozolt,
Arctovish.
Arctovis, well now I can't, Archeops and Dedenne, I saw he could get Lantern from 6 points, so that would give him a much better electric type.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
And
I
then
mean,
he
you have
could work
Tox
from
Pex,
there because
but
he doesn't need the other two. I don't even necessarily know if he needs to drop Archeops. I don't think Archeops is like that bad.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
it's
I
saying.
kind
don't
of
think
wonky.
Machoke is
But
that terrible.
Archeops is wonky on like every team because it's just
he
not a
should
very
drop the
good
Arc Division to the Dene. They literally
Really,
do
the
that.
main 3 is Mudstill,
Honestly,
Arctovish, and the Nene.
He can make moves to get a
Yeah.
Passimian for his fighting type and a good electric type and then a bunch of 1-point Pokemon, and that's all he needs, honestly.
Oh, true.
Okay. Young Volturn Matt.
He could also get Regen Core if he goes with Eldegoss from 6 points, so that'd be cool.
That's my girl.
Also, he's the
Look
only
them up.
person I think to have brought in every single Pokemon on his team to at least one match.
I think actually that is
He
true.
has not brought Hydreigon.
Wait, he can
Yes.
literally.
No, he brought
can
Hydreigon
Oh,
literally-
he
Hydreigon.
has? I thought he didn't bring it.
Yeah, I brought it.
Yeah,
once.
it just didn't do
It
anything.
just
It
never
didn't do
touched the
anything.
field.
Yeah, he brought everyone.
I wouldn't know. The Volk's like 602 games in a row. Like,
Hold on, I just realized, he can literally drop Mudstill and get Electivire. There we go.
That's still pretty ass, but it's better. I mean,
Better than
Okay,
the
it's a
Dene.
good.
It's better
he
for
can
his
also-
team than
It's like,
Dedenne
he can also choose
Mudsdale.
Alolan Raichu if he wants that.
mhm.
Golden Raichu wouldn't be terrible. He could still, like, if he dropped a few, there are still higher tier electric types that he can get if he wants that.
It just
but that's up to
depends
him.
on what else he will, like how many points he gets from like what mons he drops.
I mean, overall
Yeah.
though, his team is not bad.
Yeah.
He's been having a lot of success. I know he's 2-2, but like, I don't know, he's been kind of like Theo, where it's either sweep or be swept. But he's doing pretty
That's my
good.
new quote, Sweeper Beast Mode.
Exactly.
I guess we could talk about the rest of his schedule. He plays Hero. I don't know a lot of these people. Brooklyn Blastoise. I think that's James.
James.
That's James.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then
Have to win call.
yeah, James, Steph, Los Angeles Low
Slink.
Ponies, Slink,
Slink.
and then that's
And then
Mies,
Mies,
Paul, and
He is a rough schedule.
yeah, because like Hero, it depends. I think he'll lose to Paul and Mies. Steph is decent, but like kind of builds like ass, and then
More like chokes later on.
I
He
guess,
does
yeah.
well early game, then chokes later on.
I mean, best case scenario, I think he goes 7-4. Worst case scenario, he goes 5-6. And then I think if he makes the playoffs, Volcarona will probably win MVP.
Yeah. Oh no, Volcano is definitely up there.
I think we can move on. We talked about everything with Andy. So then we
Yeah.
would go to Brandon. This is his friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Andy's
Interesting.
friend.
They're both right in a row. So he's 3-1. His team being Darmanitan, Galarian, Tapu Koko, Halucha, Nihilego, Blastoise, Snorlax, Fortress, Stakataka, Dusclops, Exeggutor, Alolan, Golem, and then Fion.
I'm just gonna say, I think this team is hot garbage. I do not like it at all. I just think it's fucking.
It's
This
got a lot
is
of
the-
like
You can go.
individualism
There's,
going on, and it's
I was going to
just
say, this team has no
nothing.
cohesion whatsoever.
Synergy does not
Other than
exist.
Coco Halucha, there is no
Well,
synergy.
Coco
the
Lucha,
worst
and
thing
then you
about
have
his
like
By the
team
way,
you kind of have like double switch going on with Coco and
with-
Fortress because of Volt Switch, but like that's it.
which
You
by the
turn
way,
Volt Switch, Darm and Coco is like really good though. I like
Yeah.
The only
Coco.
issue with this team is if you can take out Snorlax, like say he brings the team he usually brings, which is just Snorlax as his wall, he has nothing to take it because he
Yeah.
doesn't bring Stack Attacker that much.
This team is literally
I just-
like if you a bunch of Pokemon and random.org and that's what you get. That's literally what it is.
wait, I just
That's what it looks
realized his
like.
ground type is the damn Golem.
Yup, because you dropped Rhyperior.
Wait, what? Why?
I
Oh,
know,
Golem's
that's
right
why I-
there. Who needs
He wanted a better
Rhyperior?
water.
That's a bad.
His water before was
What
field.
did he drop Rhyperior for?
Blastoise.
I
Probably
don't
Golem.
remember what the move was.
Oh no,
Here,
he got Blastoise and
I will
I
find
think
it for you.
Dusclops.
Was it Blastoise and Dusclops? I'll go look.
Yeah, I
because he
need to
dropped
know.
Rhyperior and Wishy-Washy.
Man, he could drop that trash stacker.
But like, there's so
He
much
dropped
wrong.
Wishy-Washy and Rhyperior for Blastoise and Golem.
He dropped it for Golem.
Yep.
Alright, I'll leave the
Yeesh.
call. I'm out.
Yeah.
So I just want to point out, this team has no Dark type. It has none. It has
Great.
it has no Psychic type at all.
It has no fire type.
It has 2 steals.
Three rocks. It has 3 rocks.
And 2 waters.
He gets 6-0 by Tapu Lele.
What?
He really does.
gets-
What does he do against Scarflele?
Yeah. Lele, he gets 6-0 by Tapu Lele.
But he really gets
It's not
carried-
even close.
He really getting carried by the first 3 months. Right?
Yeah.
But then you see, like, oh, he has so
No,
much-
no. Here's the worst part. He's getting carried by the first 3 mons, but that Darmanitan has 2 kills and Coco has 1.
Oh yeah, and but Lucha
Why does
has 5.
Snorlax? Why does Stack Attack have? Why is Stack Attack 6-0?
Wait, what? Oh,
I
nah.
did not know
Because
that.
Stack Attack swept Andy.
Oh, damn.
I think the Stack Attack swept Andy because they both
Okay.
brought their bottom 6 Pokemon.
And
Which
Stack
was
Attack
very
is probably
one-sided
the best
for-
of all of them by far.
It was very one-sided for Brandon against Brandon.
Yeah,
and
you're
Andy
right.
for doing that.
I just want to say that he has all this speed control in like Toko Lucha, and then he completely ruined it by putting Trick on it, like Stack Attack, Dusclops. So,
Yeah, he started with a fast team and then tried to make some kind of trick room team.
Yeah, and then he drafted Fion.
Yeah.
And then he drafted Fion.
So yeah, moves out is suggest. Unfortunately, you can't pick up the Rhyperior again because
No.
once you drop a mod, you can't
Was
get
not
it.
Grace, so
Wait.
can't get it back.
I
Honestly,
feel like
honestly, he should just drop his entire team. This team.
I
is dying.
think honestly he just needs to drop probably like stalker type, one of the steel types. I don't care which one. The Golem, the Fion.
He only has 3 moves though. You have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of the steel types, Golem and Fion, and then bam, maybe you can make a miracle.
Get a dark,
mean-
get a psychic, get something. Like,
Yeah, I'd say you definitely want to get a Dark type on this team. I don't know. I mean, it's so weird. Like it
This
just
team's so.
it is very odd. It's not like I don't know.
I mean, he's obviously getting success with it, which is
Yeah, because you
Uh,
got okay. Well, like
Coco Luchadorm is
or-
really tough to deal with
yeah,
when you're in
Coco
D3.
Yeah,
Luchadorm,
that's
like
what I'm
lower
saying.
tier
So he- at
players.
least,
It's like
and he has a Snorlax, so it's not like he's at least he like even though it's lit, he's still doing well with it. But like it could definitely be better.
This team is
Yeah.
top heavy while also not being amazing at being top heavy. I guess that's probably the best way to put it.
I just want to say the water resist goes from Blastoise to Alolan Eggy and Fion.
I was like,
No, before he had Blastoise,
I
his
mean,
water
Alolan
resists
Exeggutor's
were just
good water
Executor and
resist
Fiona.
until Ice Beam
Oh my
exists.
God.
And then, you know.
Because I remember Ben and I looked at this team like a little bit after the draft, and his only water resists before Blastoise were Fiona and Executor, and it was
Well, he also
Yeah,
has
very sad.
Wishy-Washy, but yeah,
Well, you know,
it's not a great
he
water
also had
resist.
Fortress, Attack, and Rhyperior.
Yeah.
And then Toko Lucha, you're fighting
I'm
switching. It definitely sucks, but still.
I mean, bro, there's a struggle. I mean, he could get a
dude.
Soul
So my
Arc.
Terrakion goes in. Hold on.
Dude, he is so weak to fucking ground. Holy shit.
His ground switching is
As
Alolan
Halucha and
Exeggutor.
Alolan
Lucha and Alolan Eggy.
That is it.
Yeah, like
Literally
Lando,
any
like
Earthquake.
I mean, he literally has triple rock.
Hold up.
his
Yo,
team is also. I don't know if
you
it's just
think
me, but like
Brandon's the one that negotiated the deal with Andy because he knew he got 6-0 by Lander.
It's like as a Lando, if he loses, I'm roasting him. I don't care.
Anyway, so
Wow.
you can say mystery.
I've kind of forget. Probably nothing important. Just yeah, no, I don't got it. Oh well. I think we got everything with him. I mean, yeah, he's playing. His schedule isn't crazy difficult. I mean, actually, it kind of is because he plays Paul, plays Theo, Hero, and Steph.
Hey,
And-
Slink's
and
starting
James.
to come back slowly.
That
That Gengar's
it's
been
not
putting
an
in
easy
work.
schedule. I'll say that. So he definitely.
Actually,
Yeah.
Gengar kind of goes in against this team.
I kind of want to see him versus Paul. I definitely want to see how that goes, just to kind of see where the hierarchy is in D3.
No, I
but-
need to see him versus Slink. I'll expand on that more once we talk to Slink. But oh my goodness,
No, Slink's team's not bad, and Slink just started out pretty bad.
no,
but
it's
I
not.
think he's
It's
getting
not
back.
bad. That's what I'm saying. His team
Alright,
not bad.
I think we can move on to Buxton though. My guy.
His team's not bad. It just gets 6-0
Oh,
by sweeping.
hold up, my guy. my,
All right,
This
so
is my guy.
Buxton's
What do you mean
team-
your guy?
hold
Buxton's
up, be
team will
cool.
Excadrill,
is cool.
Latias, Azumarill, Tyranitar, Rotom Heat, Mega Beedrill, Ditto, Moltres, Regirock, Runerigus, Klinklang, and Maractus.
Okay,
Um,
Jamal, all I'm saying, you can't say my guy when I brought Hippopotas because it walled all of his physical attackers.
All right, listen. I can still say
And
I
then
don't care.
and then Hippopotas had no point in that match because I killed all of them with a guard
Well,
shot.
I think Hippopotas is also just good, so
That's my guy.
That's
gotta
true.
consider that fact.
Well,
I mean, that is
okay, I
fact.
just want to say that
Okay.
I actually like Budson's team.
I fucking love
too
this
bad he
team.
got
This team is
swept by
cool.
RAVEENA, like legit turn 1. So
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
like his team too. I was just saying.
I mean, I
There's some
don't like
flaws
when
with
you
it.
lead Rotom Heat and then you click Will-O-Wisp on the subbing Garchomp.
Okay, he didn't know it was gonna be sub.
No, but
yeah.
He thought it was gonna be rocks, which I don't blame him because it did look like a.
I mean,
lead.
yeah, it just I don't know. Theo had like Terrakion, Lele, and Garchomp, and he didn't bring Ditto, which I thought was weird.
I thought he'd bring Ditto for like Suicune or I don't know, just something
Yeah,
I would have
Suicune
that
as
would
well.
set up.
Yeah.
but his team has overall it has good removal. Good
No, yeah, his team's good though. I like
There's
his
not much
team.
wrong with it. I don't know why Regirock's on there when T-Tar.
No, I
more or
don't.
less
I think an
same stuff.
issue with this team is he has a lot of weaknesses to water, but I mean he has a couple resists, but like
It's
just
like
the
water
amount
and rock go in on his team really hard.
But yeah, it's just the issue
I
is
don't-
just the amount of things he has weak to.
My
That's
thing
the
is-
issue.
I don't see what Regirock's there. I guess Enriquez makes a little sense. but
Those-
I don't
those
know.
two don't
and
make
then
that much sense.
Moltres.
Yeah, and I think his skill. I think his
I mean,
skill type is really bad. Well, for in terms of
I
checking
mean,
dragons.
his grass type's even worse.
Well, he has a drill, but Klinklang isn't helping him much. It's just there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
His
I know
bottom
this
four
is
are
also
kinda
like
just
one of
there.
his like first experience of like playing League, or like one of his like real first experiences. So for like being a first timer, the team's not
No.
bad and
No,
he's
yeah,
not
the
doing
team's not bad at
bad.
all. I like his team.
I wish
and
this team had a
any
Ferrothorn.
like anti-setup options, you can just beat.
You know, if he had a fair, it would be a wrap.
Like if instead of Regirock he had Ferrothorn, I really think this is the best team in D3.
I also wish his water type wasn't an Azu. I wish it
Yeah,
was something
Azumarill kind of ass.
It's not as bad as Fion.
else. Okay.
Listen,
we're really
we don't talk about
comparing
that.
apples to Ace. That's a joke. Please don't ban me. Alright, Anyway, yeah, I mean, like for moves that he could make, I think honestly, if you pick up maybe a more offensive water, I guess a better water type than Azumarill. I don't know if Ferrothorn's still available. I don't really want to look, but
You can,
I think it
there are
is.
like a lot of good waters up on the board. For example, Slowbro is still on the board.
Yo,
yeah,
hold
that-
up. He could drop Moltres, get Galiciopod. The
he would have a little bit of a dark
Yes.
weakness. His only dark resist would be Tyranitar, but I mean that's not terrible.
And then there are probably some good fairies left on the board too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just dropped Clefable.
it'd be
Yeah,
tough
and
to get to
then
that
there's
points, but
Yeah, and there's also Galarian Weezing on the board, which is a good fairy.
that'd be
Right.
that'd be
That's
really
a
good
low
on his
fairy.
team.
Yeah,
Also-
Gardevoir, Diancie, stuff like that.
Flex would be
Also,
nice
I know
on
it's
his
late. I counted. If Andy drops those 5 Pokemon, it's 27 points.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
It's 5 bad
a lot.
ones, and that's enough to get a good electric type and a good fighting type.
Well, he
and
has a
then
good electric
just a
type. He's
bunch
got
of
Rotom.
I think Bustin can make his team better.
No, he was
but-
talking about Andy.
No, I'm talking about Andy.
Oh.
I said Andy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But-
I know. I
um,
know. I said it was late, but it was because it was already too
My
late.
bad, I didn't hear that.
But
I
no,
said
Andy
Buck.
can save his team.
Yeah, I think Buxton can make his team better, even though I solid as is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it's,
think it's a bad team. I just think
a bad
it's
team.
yeah, it's all right, especially for like one of his first few times playing in league.
mhm.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
his breakers should be. I think his breakers are solid, but they could be a little better. Like, I don't know.
hmm
I can
Like,
definitely
I
see
mean-
if you're playing like stall. I mean, Excadrill like isn't enough because like there's mons like Skarmory and stuff or Corviknight, whatever. Beedrill kind of has the same issues that Excadrill
I
does,
mean,
like hitting
he
mons.
got the heat. He got
He
the
does have the
heater.
Rotom Heat, but like I can definitely see like there being an issue. Like you have to play
Yeah.
super proactively to beat stall with this team.
Just belly drum up with Azu.
I mean, he has like T-Tar, Latias, even Rotom Heat with like nasty
Yeah.
words.
No, he's got ways, and he does have the Ditto.
Yeah, Ditto
Yeah.
essentially has infinite PP versus stalls and stuff like that. So he has outs, but I just think he can make his team better.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does in transactions.
Yeah.
Honestly though, like I think his ceiling and his floor, his ceiling's probably like 6 and 5, just because he's already at like 3 losses, and his schedule doesn't really get easier. And I think his floor is probably like 4 and 7, something like that. I don't know. It's definitely an uphill battle from here because I mean, it's not over, but he is 2-3 -7, which definitely hurts. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, because
it's not the worst.
yeah, because honestly, I mean, he could beat a lot of these people. I think he beats maybe Slink, but I mean, Slink is getting better. I think he can beat Andy, and then probably James.
Well, like his next 3 weeks are Paul,
Hero,
James,
Paul, and Mies.
Or yeah,
With
I'm a Hero.
tough.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. So I mean, if he can go 2-1 during that, I think that's pretty huge. Get yourself back to 500, and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we can. Unless anyone else wants to say anything about his team or anything, I think we can move on to Hero.
Nah, I got no more comments.
Okay. So we will move on to Hero's team. The LA Slowkings, and of course the bottom 4 don't load, but we have Ash Greninja, Zeraora, Arcanine, Mega Altaria, Mesprit, Vaporeon, Gligar, Steelix, Virizion, Dodrio, Frostlass, and my guy Tangela.
I don't know what to think about this team, honestly. Like,
Okay.
Before
I like
It has
this.
a very good.
I
It has a nice speed, which is my issue with it.
I really like the team.
I think it's fun.
I
would
like
draft
this team.
Besides Zeraora, just because I hate the Pokemon, but
I just think in terms of breaking power, this team kind of isn't that good in that regard. But
It
like,
relies
in terms
so heavily on Ash Gren to do like everything
and setup.
offensively.
it
Yeah,
relies like so heavily on like setup and making it
So he set up.
The first 2
Wait,
mons are extremely relied on.
That's what I was gonna
for
say
offensive
though. Ask a
presence.
ninja for Zeraora, that's kind of scary to
Yeah,
fight.
It's
I
tough
do
to
think
switch
his-
into, but
I think
Mega
he's got
Altaria is
kind of.
viable, but you need to set up with it before it actually starts doing stuff.
That's
I don't
true.
think
I mean,
Mega
you can
Altaria
run it
is-
different ways, but if you're running it as an offensive Pokemon, you absolutely do need setup before you start like, unless you're gonna run. Because I could totally see him going for something like, you bring all the fat, you get Mesprit, Vaporeon, Steelix, maybe Gligar in there if you need like a good fighting resist, and then it's like, Altaria can chip away, maybe like special at the end of the game, kind of do the Sylveon kind of program.
yeah.
Like give me the support too.
I just
'cause
think
he
his
gets, like,
bulk is a little too lopsided. And Vaporeon carries really hard, especially, but like it can't do everything still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see a purpose in Virizion on the team either. Like
Mhm.
it's
I mean, he needed a grass type, but like that's he
Yeah,
drafted Tangela
yeah,
later.
Tangela.
So I meant like when
Yeah.
he was.
No, I
picking
get
him up.
you.
So I think he maybe drop it for a different fighting type now.
Yeah.
I do like his speed is like pretty
Insane.
great, honestly.
other than that.
No, his speed is
Frostlass,
not.
Dodrio, Zeraora, and
Yes,
Ash
also have
Greninja.
Dodrio, Virizion, Ashgren, and Zeraora.
Yeah, he has 5 mons over
He's
base mons.
zooming.
Virizion. Yeah.
He's zooming right
And then
now.
a bunch of other
It
mons are
doesn't-
close, like Arcanine.
Yeah.
And like Altaria runs setup, it
He
always
only has
gets
3
faster.
mons that are 110 plus. Or 4. I forget Dodrio.
Yeah, he has 4 that are 110 plus. That's really good. And then Virizion kind of sucks, but it's right there with him.
Yeah, he also has like. Actually, no, he has 2 defoggers, Mega Altaria and Gligar, which Gligar's pretty good at defogging.
Yeah, his
At all.
hazard removal is not great because it's like, yeah, you rely a lot on Gligar, and if it's not there,
Yeah.
you don't really want to
And
have to
then
run on
Altaria-
Altaria, but
I think Hero's got a really good balance of like, I don't know if there's a. I mean, I don't know if there's a specific type that's like really
No,
good.
yeah,
that's what
I
I
think his
was-
typing
He's got
balance
a
is
lot
very
of
nice.
well-rounded.
that's what I was exactly going to say, is that his team might be the most like well balanced in terms of like there's not one mon that's really going to rip through his team.
Looking on the side, I think the only
Other than
dupes
Ashgren,
typing he has are
Hammer
flying and
Ground.
ground.
And
Okay.
water.
And
I will
grass.
say this is another Tapu Lele 6-0 candidate. Choice scarf.
It depends on what-
He's got a prep very specifically for
No,
Tapu
the
Lele.
thing is, Lele can sweep, but there has to be damage on certain Pokemon for it to do that. Like Mesprit, it can't really touch the Mesprit.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like a well played Lele. There's
Yeah.
not really an answer.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's gonna eat a hit and like get it out of the.
Yeah,
get
like
out
if
of the-
Mesprit dies, he doesn't have a lot of switch-ins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
also-
team,
goes in as well.
it's not something I'd use personally, just kind of feel like it lacks breaking power, but it's not a bad team at all. It's,
But yeah.
it's good.
This is
for
like
what
a
it's worth.
winnable team in D3, absolutely.
Exactly. Plus,
Yeah.
I'm at, and obviously showing that off, being 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely
Yeah.
impressed. I didn't think he was going to be like this well.
Yeah.
I mean, and his one loss is to Paul in a 1-0, and it was close. I mean, he had him
Exactly.
beat.
That was a good game, yeah.
And
Like-
like the people he beat, Shoops and like Slink, but
He
like
beat
he also
Mies.
beat Mies, which is one of the one of the
I don't
better
know, those
players in
Shoops also
D3.
beat Mies.
That's true.
Well, we'll
But
talk
Mies,
about
like-
Shoops when we get to Shoops. I have some
Okay,
things
but
to
Me's
say.
like hard through versus you. Like
That is
very,
true.
very hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I guess moves that he could make, it would be
Mate,
probably dropping the Virizion and
for a
like
different fighting, and
I think
Yeah.
trying to get a better grass type in general, because Tangle is honestly pretty good defensively,
but
but
like it
like
doesn't really
as a
do
grass
anything
type,
for
it's
him
not
because he has
great.
Gligar.
Exactly.
I don't think Rouse lasts as much for his team either. You could probably upgrade that.
So
No,
I would
I
say
don't think his
maybe
bottom
move the
row does
bottom
much.
mons around
I,
a little
I
bit.
feel I don't think his bottom mons are that bad. I think I don't know. I feel like Steelix Gligar is a little bit redundant. He could get a different steel type.
No, Steelix is probably like the best. Actually, I don't even know what's on the board as a steel type. I mean,
Steelix is really good, but I don't know.
like for example, Ferrothorn's still on the board. Scizor, Skarm. It pains me to say Skarmory.
I don't think Skarmory was drafted in any division though.
It wasn't.
No,
People don't
Corviknight
like
was
using
Yeah,
it.
but
drafted
like
in every
every
division.
good steals last, obviously.
I think
Yeah,
people
that's
just don't like using Skarmory.
Yeah,
Cause
the only
it's
thing I'd say
bad.
is if you're comfortable with this team hero, I think you keep it. And
Yeah.
if you don't, like if there's something you're just like, hey, I don't really feel like I'm gonna ever use Frostlass, I mean, I just pick up somebody else that you're more comfortable with because this team is not bad. It's definitely
I feel the sentiment of
Winnable.
like wanting to have a fast ice type because I like having one on my team. I don't think I have one on my current team, but I don't know. It's like a safety net kind of thing for me personally.
there's not a whole
Alright.
lot of them running around.
Just
Though.
always end up needing one. I don't know
No,
why.
there's not. Unless
There's
you have
always
hail
one
or
game
whatever,
where it's
there's
like
not a
fast
lot.
ice type, very good.
All right, I think
You know, because a lot of teams have. There's always like one team that has a big weakness to ice. So
I agree with that.
having something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we will move on to everyone's favorite to win, James S. So, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Dragapult, Melmetal, Gothitelle, Togekiss, Mamoswine, Toxtricity, Araquanid, Mega Camerupt, Scrafty, Venusaur, Mr. Mime Galar, and Sudowoodo.
Alright, so who wants to cook this team? Alright, so who wants to cook this team before I do?
Me. I
Okay.
would love to
here's-
have it.
no,
No,
here's
no,
my
no,
thing.
no, no,
I'm not
bitch,
gonna-
no,
no, I'm
bitch,
not gonna
no.
hit
This
the
is
team I'm
mine.
hitting
No,
him.
no.
I think the team is better than he is. A lot better than he is. Because I don't think he's that good of a
Damn.
battler.
Didn't he 3-0 you? Hold up.
Yeah, because Dragapult beats my team.
I mean,
Exactly. It wasn't him. It was his team.
I will say his team is like good. His offense is like shit that I use. He has my core from off season of Dragapult Mamoswine, but it's just I don't
Screw
think
Mamoswine.
yeah,
Individually,
Ironhead
all those
Flinch,
mons are good.
My thing is like, I don't know. It's like
Okay,
I don't know what to
wouldn't-
think about Gothitelle because I literally never see it.
Okay, if you're asking me personally, I wouldn't even do this team good. It's just fucking garbage. This team
Really?
is not good at all.
Okay.
Like honestly, like I feel like there's so many mons that don't synergize well. Like I'd be heavily relying on Dragapult to speed control. I'll say that much.
His
But,
speed
like,
is very
Dragapult-
terrible. When Mr.
Yeah.
Mime Galar
That's
is your
true.
second fast Pokemon, or like second fastest, that is a huge
I didn't
issue.
even realize that.
What is this,
Yeah.
Gen 8?
Yeah, I always thought Gothitelle was like overrated just because of how much it's priced.
Is
If you want-
already on an
Theo, that's a
80
good comment.
Wait,
This
did he
does look
he
like
drafted
a-
all mons besides Camerupt, like Mega Camerupt, that are in Gen
I was
8?
about to say this does look like
Oh,
Galar
this is
Dex
this is the Gen 8 team then.
This is a Galar Dex
Yeah.
draft.
No, James. This literally looks like James like looked at the doubles OU for him, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just put these mons in the team."
Melmetal
Like,
doesn't
I
really
guess-
serve a purpose on this team.
Besides being a steal.
Melmetal is
Yeah.
not. You don't draft Melmetal as conventional steel. It does not work like that.
Melmetal is so overrated. Don't get me started on that.
It's
thing.
Yeah, I think
overrated.
it's overrated.
Not only is it overrated, but it's also like if you want a steel type, like he might as well not have a steel type.
It's not a bad steal, and it's not a bad mon. But
I
it's
don't-
just overrated as hell.
I just don't think. Whenever I see Melmetal on a team, I'm not. It just doesn't do the same things as like what you expect out of a steel type.
I get what you mean.
It's
That's how I feel
special
about that
defenses.
Scrafty on that team. that
Yeah.
ain't doing nothing being the dark type.
Yeah, his ghost answers are terrible. Like
It's a Scrafty.
It's a Scrafty, and that's it, pretty much. So,
He
like it's
Bro.
Scrafty and Togekiss for.
He
in
really
any
got
gym
the-
six.
pulling a me when my dark
Yeah,
fight is the ghost resist.
he needs a Scrafty to kind of do a lot for him because his rock resist is also Scrafty besides Melmetal.
He
like-
about to run Assault Vest every week on that Scrafty.
Yeah, Gothitelle is again not doing much crazy. If you want something better than Gothitelle. Gothorita pretty much does similar things.
I mean,
For way
on
less
the
points.
Yeah,
bright
for
side,
very many less points.
I mean, on the bright side, at least he has webs with his team. So like Mammoslide Toxtricity
I mean,
can
look,
do like a
webs
lot
with
of work.
Dragapult and Mamoswine is fucking great, and Toxtricity like that.
Exactly,
But he never
because you
runs
can
the
because
webs,
literally
that's
with
the
webs you
issue.
can be choice specs.
I don't
on
think you
it.
can argue that his offense isn't like amazing.
His offense is
Yeah.
great. It's just that this team has, like Harris said, there is no synergy whatsoever. This looks like people that played through Gen 8 and they're like, this mon's cool.
You
And
know
then
what?
just
I
kept
like
doing
these
that.
ones.
This is someone that only played Sword and Shield, and we're
Yeah.
like, I like these Pokemon.
Slowkings are pretty sus if not borderline bad.
What do you mean, my boy Mega Camera up there?
Like, you don't want to run rocks on a Mamoswine. And then Mega Camera up this day too. It's like, okay, that's a decent rocker.
Bro, I
Yeah.
didn't even realize.
Go
Yo, and then Sudowoodo is the rocker.
Yeah, his
Shut up. No,
rockers
we're
are
going
really
next
bad.
person.
Because like if one of your best rockers, like if one of your top 2 rockers on your team is Mamoswine, I think that's really bad. Because like
Yeah, 'cause
you
you
don't
wanna
want to
be
have to
honest.
run rocks Mamo.
Mamo goes from Togekiss to Mr. Mongal.
Yeah.
That's
His
pretty
hazard
nice.
control is not great. His hazards are not great. He didn't. Does he have toxic spikes? I don't think so.
No, Toxtricity does not get toxic.
I made that
spikes.
mistake in off season of not getting them for Dragapult. I think it helps you like immensely when you don't have to rely on like or like a discharge or shit like that. Togekiss the
I mean,
Thunderwave
if you look
shit.
at what if you want to see what T-Spikes and Dragonpult can do, like look at Tristan and Kyle's game in D1.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, T-Spike is crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I say for this team is figure out a way to get a T-Spiker. I don't think Venusaur does a whole lot for this team. So drop
Selgor
him.
is still there, and Selgor is pretty fast.
Figure out a way to make this team good. It's not good at all. Like, I'm not complimenting it.
I would say drop Gothitelle, get Gothorita if you still want the Trapper. Get a Toxic Spiker, get a better rocker.
Better
and,
rocker.
and maybe drop like
First
I don't know, somebody
Scrappy.
for something. This team is missing something. I don't think this is a championship
Get
level
better
team.
ghost answers, get better speed control.
Yeah,
Literally.
get a Pokemon.
It's missing.
that is not
It's missing a
Dragapult.
good Fire, Water, Grass core.
Like I
His
think
bulk
this
is
team has.
off. I don't like the bulk either.
I would say I think this team has potential. It just
It's
needs
not
like
there.
some
It's
fixing
not
up.
there.
It's not.
I mean, I'm always the type of person who's like, you don't need like the specific cores, like fairly water grass. Just as long as you have synergy, this team does not have synergy whatsoever. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not there.
I mean, he's 3-2, so I guess he making it work.
I don't think that's a good way to look at a team though. Just because a team is doing well. Like last season, I went 8-3, and my team was really dog shit.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying.
Yeah.
Like for him, he's making it work, even though it's not that good of a team.
Yeah, and I guess I'll say this for anyone that is listening, that you're in the league and you wanna, say you are James and you're 3-2 and you're looking at like, hey, I have a winning record. I don't need to listen to these people. Look, at the end of the day, like wins doesn't matter. It matters when you get to playoffs. If your team, if you just can't do certain things with your team because you're just so strapped in one area or the other, you will lose. That's just how it is.
Or if you fight that
Also,
one
just
team
gonna throw this out there for everybody. I'm kind of a mediator with this kind of stuff too. When Mystery Harris and I like all of us, we say these things. It's for like we want you to see this team like be better. It's not like hating on you guys. Like you're 3-2, James. You're making it work as it is. We're just telling you how you get to the next level because we don't see this going very far in
He's
the playoffs.
3-2, but Jamal's 5-0 in D1, so there's a difference.
I guess that's a good.
We are not the same.
My way to look at it is like. My way to look
if
at
this
it
team
is.
works for you, then go you. Like, I'm glad it
Yeah,
works.
but I mean,
I don't like it at all.
but like at the same time, if you fight like that one team that has that one mon that just beats you, and he
Ran
did
against
fix up
me
your
last season.
team.
My
That's
thing
tough.
is the Pokemon. So when your team has no synergy, right? The people that have the Pokemon that are going to beat you, those are going to be the good teams in the league. So
Facts.
like no synergy loses to good Pokemon because they just have a general like presence over the rest of the cast of potential picks. So when you get to playoffs, it's very likely that a lot of your demons from your like non-existent synergy are going to be there, and you're going to not stand a chance.
I would like to elaborate on that a little bit more before anyone else says anything, just because this is like I can say this better than just about anybody else. Last season, my water resist was Haxorus. And when I lost to Noah, who is I think an up and coming player, but he's not like that upper echelon yet. You kind of understand where I'm coming from there. He had a Barraskewda, and there wasn't a whole lot I could do, and I kind of thought about it a little bit more. I'm like, wow, I really lose to this one thing, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do with the team, and I get matched up with Rain round 1, and I just kind of got my shit pushed in because there really wasn't a whole lot I could do versus water. So I would say just
Yeah, like-
at your absolute best, please take advice from other people because they are trying to help you.
Exactly.
And if you think that James,
And
if you
you-
think this team is good, stay in D3.
Wow.
Bruh.
Wow.
Well,
Bruh, this was not you.
well,
Thank you for
I'm just-
ruining.
I'm
the
kidding.
whole
I'm
point
kidding.
of
I'm kidding.
cancel,
Yeah.
cancel.
Cancel
I just
culture.
want to say, the better of a team you have, the more likely you are to like games like better
Also,
teams
wait.
and stuff like that. Like
We
you're-
ignored how hard his ending schedule is. Sorry to cut you off, but like I just noticed it.
Yeah, it's not great. He didn't really play a whole lot of great people. I mean, he played
No,
Theo
he
and beat
plays-
him, but he lost to Paul. He lost to Slink, and then now he's going to play Andy, Meese, Brandon, Steph, and then Hero. I forget who's Cincinnati, whatever. Is that Buxton? Cincinnati, Belvedere. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah.
plays a pretty tough ending schedule. So I think, yeah, at his peak, he goes 7-4. I think his floor is honestly 3-8. I mean, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but like this team isn't really built to beat a like everyone was saying, like a well synergized team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a team. It's not a top three, but it's a team. If he makes playoffs with it, I think that's definitely insane.
I don't think he'll be a top 2 seed, but I think he'll be like anywhere from 4 to 6, realistically. All right, let's
See,
move
but
on
also
to
at the same time though,
Mies.
I could see him barely not making it just based on how hard
Yeah.
the ending is.
No, I could say anywhere from 8 to. I was saying like best case scenario, but yeah, anywhere
Oh,
from
yes,
like
sir.
8 to 4. But yeah, Jamal's boy Mies. We'll head in with this. The Amsterdam APPLINS.
Yes, sir.
We got Scizor, Mega, Zapdos, Seismitoad, Tapu Bulu, Dracovish, Lycanroc Dusk, Orbeetle, Politoed, Togetic, Primeape, Sliggoo, and Castform.
Let me
Okay.
start. I
Yeah,
want to
go
start
ahead.
and say I love this team so much. It has so many of my favorite
This
mods.
team
I
got
love
a fucking
Micasys.
fat dick. This
I
team
love
is
Micasys,
flopping it
sir.
all over the
I
place.
love Zapdos. I love Seismitoad. Those are 3 good mons. And
See,
then he
I like
finishes
this
up with
team.
Rain.
I like this team, but why does he keep bringing Primeape?
Listen.
Well, listen,
Sorry, not keep.
fighting
He brought
Primeape.
it once, and that was one too many times.
It's not like you get superpower on Mega Scizor, Tapu Bulu, and close combat on Lycanroc Dusk. You know.
But yeah, I absolutely love this team. It's like super good. Like Rain's already busting, but I also love how he has like mons that work outside the Rain as well.
Yeah.
Like he like Rock does, it doesn't care if Rain's up or not. Same with like Seismitoad, same with Zapdos, like Micasys or
Yeah,
like
it's not
all
crazy. If
that's
he brings
good.
like the top 4 Lycanroc and like Orbeetle or something for webs, like he could just do that as like a normal team, and I don't think that's a
Exactly.
huge deal. Yeah,
This
I
is literally
really,
exactly my kind of team.
yeah. This is
This is what I
that's what I was
drafted.
gonna say. Damn it, you stole my. I was gonna say this is the Tristan team from last year, but a little bit more rain oriented, a little bit because it has I think more. I mean, it doesn't
No,
have as
yeah,
many
I-
rain
I-
abusers, but like it just
Well,
hits
also
really hard
last
in
season,
rain.
you know, like I had Zapdos. Zapdos didn't get Hurricane. Like fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say, fucking if you listen, pick up Clefable. Teleport into your rain sweepers is kind of broken. Like, and you get like.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he's got the points for that. I mean, he'd
I
have
don't
to
think he
drop.
can. He has to
Bulu.
drop one of his.
He could
He has to
drop
drop another
Dracovish.
good Pokemon.
He could
Drop
drop
Bulu.
Dracovish.
He could drop
I guess
Draco.
I don't think Dracovish is hugely important for this team. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of rain sweepers though. This is just kind of like
Although I really do like webs, like Orbeetle plus Dracovish, because like Orbeetle can set up webs, you know, so Baton Pass like agility or like a sub to it, and then Dracovish can go stupid.
Well,
I agree.
what's nice though is he's also using Rain to help his fire weakness in Scizor, Orbeetle, and Boo.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
It's
this
like
isn't
he's-
like super like
yeah, like
rain
he-
like sweeper oriented, but like more just like
When
everyone
rain comes,
benefits
it
from
helps
it.
the whole team. It's not
Yeah,
just like
he doesn't have any mons that make his rain like too passive, other than Togetic, but that gets bit passive.
Bro, and he's
well.
got my guy Castform. Yes, sir.
Alright.
0 point Dynamax.
Oh, yeah, I feel like, I mean, Cybertoad takes advantage of rain. I like that too. Like he literally his opponent's got to predict if it's gonna be offensive or not.
Yeah, I think that's really huge. Definitely. Well, like,
Yeah,
and his
but
grass
I
weakness
feel
with
like-
Sizer Look at the first 4 or 3 mons other than
Just
other than
like, what?
Sizer Yeah.
What's a
I
grass?
wanna say another concern that I have is, again, this team has no darts. It just doesn't, like...
Yeah, I
It's-
mean, I don't know who you drop over that. I guess
Ditto.
probably Primeape because I think your fighting coverage is fine. I think you pick up a dark type. Other than that, I mean, the team's not bad. He's 3-2 +1, which isn't crazy.
Which is-
It should be 4-1, but he 3 versus shoots. Like, very
Exactly.
hard.
Should be 4-1.
I mean, he also that hero game was he didn't play his best in that one, but like I don't know. Mies is also a player that's like knows his mistakes as well. So I could definitely see him like end it as like a playoffs team.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. I think.
Oh no, I'd be shocked if he didn't make playoffs.
I think his
Exactly.
ceiling is 8-3, and I think his floor is 6-5. I think he's a playoff team at worst,
Yeah, I
like the 6th
agree.
seed.
But yeah, I really love this team.
I don't know much else to say, but I just think it's solid as a whole.
Yeah, I think drop Primate maybe for a decent dark type.
Rockers or Side Toad like in Rock Dusk, but other than that, I don't have points.
Or maybe drop Primate and Togetic for a better fairy, maybe, I guess. I don't know. You only have 2 moves, so...
He still has Boo.
Oh, I forgot about... Yeah, my bad. I forgot about Bulu. I was thinking...
Nah,
about
literally,
Togetic.
I'm pretty sure he picked up Togetic because he needed like the point because like he picked up like Rock Dust plus something else plus Togekick. But yeah, overall, I really like this team.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh.
Anyone else
Speaking
wanna
of
say
someone else's boy.
Oh, we got Paul. Yeah, we got Tristan's boy.
That's my guy.
So, one of the most
so-
criticized teams. I'll go. I'll say all the Monza. We could talk about it. Tristan, I know is your boy, so we'll let you go
I'm
first.
blaming
But,
this first. I don't care.
no, Harris. Tristan will go first. All right, Blaziken, Charizard Y, Gliscor, Florges, Heliolisk, Torkoal, Jellicent, Victory Bell, Credilli, Gallade, Normal, Lilligant, and Solrock.
Okay,
I just say normal.
Let's just get it out of the way. Steve is not fucking good, but it does not matter because Paul is. Oh my god! Let me tell you all about it. Week 1, we got 2 hurricanes in the sun. It does not matter. Paul
I
will
was just looking
prevail.
for him.
This is the perfect like case scenario of somebody drafting a team that is like objectively bad, but they are good with the Pokemon on it. That's exactly what Paul's team is.
This team struggles to take advantage of Sun. It doesn't have. I mean, it does have 2 good Sun centers because he eventually picked up Torkoal. Thank God.
And he also eventually picked up Victory Bell, so a good Sun Sweeper.
Yeah, but like for a while, his best Sun Sweeper was Heliolisk, and I think that was kind of an issue. Yeah, I don't know. Harris, you can go.
I'm about to blame this team. This team is hot fucking garbage. I hate it. This team is hot shit. Like, literally looks like half his team is like he was trying to go mono. Either 4-3 one at the bottom. Yeah, that's mono grade.
I just want to say Rock Resist is Gallade.
Yeah, all I'm saying, Terrakion switches in and someone's taking something.
I mean, unless you run Max Wisdom.
Yeah.
His fairy type is Florges, which is garbage. That mon is not good in any regards this gen just because it lost him in power. He has no dark type whatsoever. Like, he has... his Ghost Resist is a fucking Heliolisk.
Oh, that's better than some teams.
Yeah, Paul, like Shoop, says the infamous EQ-less Gliscor ran out this time. Yeah, and his rockers go from Gliscor, not bad, Torkoal, and then it just goes to the bottom with Cardilli and Solrock.
I think there are worse trios of rockers out there than Gliscor, Torkoal, Credilli, but it's not great.
Yeah, his old rocker,
That's not bad.
the old Pokemon he had, Empoleon as his rocker.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Nah, I mean, if that's his only rocker,
I think if people fix the team, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I also want to point out that Paul, as Chris said, when Hurricane drive Y and in the sun, and not only did he hit in the sun, he crit and hit 1-of-1 in the sun. So
look,
it's because Paul has a large penis.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't beat the goat. I mean, for Paul, I would say, I mean, you can't make any moves. So
he literally only has 1 left.
No, wait, I thought you have only 5 moves. You can make 6.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Okay, no, never mind. Yeah. He can't even make moves.
There's no moves left, but I guess the best I would say is
pray the Arceus.
I think
Paul's not even more Hurricanes in the sun somehow, and like
Paul, I would say the best case scenario for you is keep winning games, dude, and get yourself a bye because the least amount of games you have to play in playoffs, the better.
The less amount of matches that you have to risk playing, the better.
I'm not saying that as I'm trying to be mean, but I'm just saying that like this type of team looks like a team that would lose in playoffs and like a team that would win a lot of games in the regular season.
He's not even been playing bad. He just
he's literally 3-1, and
it's because he's playing well. It's not
the
because
only loss was to the Rain team.
Yeah, I mean, he lost a 1-0 to the Rain team as the Sun team. I mean, that's...
It looks like a team I'd see on, like, low light or anything. That's literally
I've seen worse teams, but, I mean, it's not great. And, like, I think the moves he made definitely helped. It's at least now competent.
I mean, personally, this is like the worst team to D3 me.
No,
right
I
now, just
completely
have to
agree. Like,
look at
not
the
even
team.
close. I think it is really
Like,
bad.
this team is not good.
It literally has triple fire, triple grass, like dual flying.
No dark.
It has triple fire, triple grass, quad green, a
Psychic
soul rock.
Hey.
Green.
Hey, what's his
Technically, Forge is the green too.
what is his like good ice type? What's his like resist? Like a
Jellicent?
Jellicent, I mean,
Yeah, also does have a
Torkoal.
steel type.
Turtle's like not a
wait.
bad ice resist,
He
but
does that with steel?
His dragon
Wait, how does
Yeah, his dragon's resist goes from Forges to Soul Rock. Actually, his second resist is Soul Rock. Why?
I do gotta know why the Soul Rock. I mean, that mod is. Look, other than the Cosmic Power meme for fucking raids, there is
Don't
nothing
get me
redeemable
started
with
on
this
that
Pokemon.
guy.
Dude, no, you have no idea. I didn't know how to like connect that online to do raids, so I always got the Soul Rock guy. I figured this out. I dead ass. I told Tristan about this like an hour
it was
ago.
literally today that Mystery found out how to fucking do online raids.
He told me, he's like, "Oh, are you connected to the internet?" I'm like, "Wait, I thought it connected to the internet when you search for people." And he's like, "No." I was like, "Wait." So then I connected. All these people started popping up around me. Wait, what?
I told you that, right?
Oh, that was James. Okay, that was James, not Theo. Okay.
You just
No,
found out
that wasn't
today?
me.
But
No,
no, that wasn't today. That
Pokemon
was a few days ago. But like, I told everybody about it. But yeah, I legitimately got the Soul Rock, dude, like 8 times in a row.
Soul Rock in the sun. I might as well put it in the sun.
Bro, that's the Sunsweeper right there. Heatwave Soul
Paul's
Rock.
really like, Paul's like, does this get hurt by the sun? No, let's have it.
We were bringing
Dude,
him
he is
home.
the sun. He brought the sun for the sun team.
Maybe that Soul Rock will give him infinite sun.
I mean, all right.
Look, man, look, man, his favorite season is just summer. You know, he wanted all the sun.
Yeah.
He wanted the sun, the flowers, obviously.
His schedule,
the green.
his schedule does not get easier. He did play some decent people though. He played Mies and Hero, so I'll give him that for going 1-1 of that. That's not bad.
Not bad.
But yeah, he plays Theo, Andy, and then Slink to end the year. So that's not amazing. But I think
Does he play Scott still?
who's Scott? Is he Albuquerque?
Oh, he's McGearna, and I don't know if McGearna is that big of a threat for this team.
Yeah, I would say this is the team that McGearna is really not a fan
Yeah,
of.
no.
Anyways.
Paul,
Miguel,
see, that's the
come
thing.
in.
Paul wanted to draft for McGee. He got Gliscor, all the Sunmons, and
He's
He
like,
only
I just
wanted to
won't lose
counter McGearna.
He said, McGinnis, who? Boom.
He really brought every single counter to McGearna.
he saw the round one. He saw the round one. He
Round
said,
one, I think it was round 4.
We do
I
not
don't
want
think it was round 1.
Bro, he had the first overall pick and did not take McGearna. Sad days. Anyway,
Speaking of McGinnis,
yeah, speaking of McGearna, we have
Oh no, McGearna's round 2.
Scott, who drafted maybe the first or the best 4 like Pokemon. Like
then-
the first best 4 picks, however the fuck you're supposed to say that. And then
then he
surrounded it with
dropped the
real
ball.
dog shit other than Uxie.
Okay.
Wait, no, hold
no,
on.
Audino's
Lati-
not
for
terrible.
everyone that's not watching, Latios,
Yeah, say
Mega,
them on.
Magearna, Nidoqueen, Rotom Wash, Emboar, Uxie, Cloyster, Serperior, Audino, Guzzlord, Seeking, and Stunfisk Galar.
Why'd you say Guzzlord like that?
I want to know how he started his team so strong and then just like dropped the ball so hard.
because he spent
Well,
all his
He's
spent
done.
like
Yeah, he
60
realized-
points in the first 4
he's like,
picks.
yeah, my team's good. Then he realizes his points
know
like,
what?
wait.
Damn, I got 20 points left for 8 months.
well, it's like, you know what?
Yeah,
These
like-
4 about carry me today.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
but
are.
like,
They dead
I
ass
mean,
are.
Yeah, literally the McGinnis, the second and second of kill leaders.
I think
at 11
Magearna
and
will end
1.
up being MVP just because of that fucking like one game, but because I also think he has a better chance of making playoffs.
And it's
Yeah,
also
I think-
busted.
Yeah, I think he has like a bunch of really good minds, like obviously you can see stuff like that, but he also has a bunch of sus minds. Like I don't know why you would Cloyster like at all.
Cloyster doesn't do
But,
anything for this team.
Yeah. And
What you
neither
mean?
does-
That's his rapid spinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get into. That his hazard removal is not great, and it's
And
Yeah,
like
it's
unfortunately, Guzzlord is his dark type, so
It's a pretty good dark type, actually. Let's be honest.
Okay.
yeah.
You
You're lying to yourself. You lie to yourself if you say otherwise.
no. I think you're lying to yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
speaking
say.
of
Oh no, you can go.
Literally, his hazard removers are literally, Megalarius is just like not bad, but you don't want to remove hazards. Rotom Wash, which again, you maybe want that spot for like Lilith or something, and
Yeah,
then like
But it's not
yeah,
all.
no, it's good, but like still, it takes up like a value spot. Cloyster, I'm not even gonna say what's the problem with that, and then a Superior, which What? That was not even that bad. Hold on.
I was gonna say that might be the best one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like the thing is, he has okay hazard removers, like you said, like Latios and Rotom, but you don't want to have to run defog on that. So
He has decent hazard setters too. Like Nidoqueen and Uxie are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spikes and D-spikes, and then there's just Galarian.
so I'd say
Stunfisk.
maybe definitely drop the Cloyster. And
Galarian Stunfisk.
And
Stumpus, the Sea King, and the
get
Guzzlord.
like one more.
Psychic Stunfisk.
Get a really good rapid spinner and then like one really good defogger, and I think this team is really good.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if that Galarian Stunfisk doesn't deal, I'm riding. I don't care.
He's got to come at least one game. He played shoots
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
If your playoff spot is locked up, like you can't move no matter what, bring the Stunfisk, please. I mean,
Also, guys, I was trying to get him to bring Guzzlord against me. Shut up. That's why it's good. Guzzlord's good. Bring it.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So his schedule is actually really tough for the next 5 weeks. And that
Oh,
includes-
he plays like
he plays
five or
me,
four of the
Slink,
top
Paul,
6.
Hero, and Theo. That is a really tough 5-game stretch.
he plays 4 of the top 6 or top 6. Yeah, I think it's top 6.
And then, so I mean, if you could finish with that,
And then
schedule
Shoops.
3
He
and
ends with
3,
Shoops.
Yeah,
I mean, again, he has really like the first 4 are super strong. Like Megana, Megalarius, yeah, that's gonna carry you most games. So like, you should be okay. But like, you could make this team even better by getting like the bottom lines and that Cloyster, because like you really don't need a Cloyster when you have Rotom Wash.
I agree.
So I
Auto's
definitely
not
think he
terrible.
can make it better.
I was thinking something. Maybe he looks into trading with Hero for Tangela. I don't know. I don't know if he necessarily needs it, but I kind of like how it looks. A little bit over Superior.
Okay, maybe.
It's just something I was thinking about in the back of my
I
head.
feel like he's gonna have to get hard carried. What happened?
Yeah.
I mean, he could easily get hard carried by Megana.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he-
the if you're gonna have him on to do it, that's the one.
I don't know. Look at Noah.
We'll get to him in the next video.
That's
Too far.
I'm
alright,
sorry, he just
so
doesn't switch it.
I think his ceiling is 6 and 5. I really do. I think he's gonna lose 3 of the next 6 for sure. It's just like a really tough schedule. And
be
then
11-0 with the time. With
Wait,
the
what?
mons he has, but should be 11-0 with the mons he has, but
that's kind of facts. I mean, I'll definitely give that to you. But yeah, his floor probably is 4 and 7, I guess. I don't know.
I
It's
say 4 because Slink is coming back up.
yeah. I think he'll beat Shoops, but all the other ones.
But
are
at the same
definitely
time,
not a given.
Shoops could beat him, so we don't know what's going on.
That's. I mean, yeah. And well, speaking of Shoops, we got the boy.
Speak of the devil.
So
He shall-
this may be one of the best first 3 I've ever seen. Just like
I hate looking
realistically.
at this team.
Celesteela, Mega Diancie, Latios, Alomomola, Amoonguss, Aselgor, Hitmontop, Piloswine, Jolteon, Pyroar, Spiritomb, and Marini.
Now, see, you hear those first 6 months? How is it so good? Yeah, he's 1-4. How? You have a
And the win is
Steelers.
versus Mies.
That makes no sense.
Oh my! I have so much.
Actually, wait. Before we even talk about the team, I need, Shoops, if you ever listen to this, why do you keep bringing Rest, Piloswine with no earthquake, or Ice Shark? Which was it, Harris? Was it Ice Shark?
No. Here's the thing. Here's the issue. He showed me his team for Mies, and then I had to make some changes. He tried to bring Earthquake Piloswine with no Ice move.
Oh my goodness.
I
don't
I remember that.
understand.
Yeah, Theo was in call. He's
I mean,
like, Shoot just asked me for help. Should I help him out? We were like, yeah, why not?
Well, I
Oh,
tried to give him help,
yeah.
and then we took it away, but it was.
I just want to say in the first week versus Piloswine that Zero Aura could set up on.
Yeah, how do you bring a non-EQ Piloswine versus a
A
Zeraora?
Sarah Aura. That means
And his hardest move to hit Mega Altaria was Ice Shard, so I can't even comment. When you
So,
see
bro-
the first three are amazing and shit like that, but when you see like the rest, it's like, okay, in my opinion, it kind of lacks quite a bit of offense. Other than you have Latios make a DNC offense, but the rest is just kind of pivots because I don't consider like fucking Jolteon and Pyroar as real offense.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
fucking Jolteon and Pyroar.
He did bring the Pyro, though, 2 times. I also just want to say real quick, because I know, James, you have to go in a little bit here, so apologies. But, yeah. If there's anything you want to say before you have to go.
Wait, go
About to
ahead, James.
trigger Harris.
Wait, what?
Nobody has no dark types, dude. There's like no good dark types in D3.
Yeah, why? I've noticed that too. Why does no one have a good dark type?
I
Well,
spent too many.
there's
I spent
too
too
many
many of my
bad.
points.
I mean, hey, at least Sheeps has a dark type.
Spiritomb, that's my guy.
Hey, hold up, Spiritomb, that's the main galley dancer. And Manson.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Shoops has been just terrible. I remember me and Jamal were watching Shoops like late at night, and God, I wanted to kill myself. Like,
Bro,
it was
why?
so bad.
Watching Shoops play
That red-
Pokemon is kind of more agonizing than like jumping off a building and like watching yourself fall to your death, because it's like you know what you're supposed to do, but you just can't because you jumped off the building already.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
something. Shoops battle replays is something that people use for torture. It's like, yo,
That's how.
Definitely
That's how
makes
the
that
U.S.
work,
They're
or you
government.
watch
waterboarding
it.
people.
That's how the U.S. government now tortures people. They're like, watch these.
Yeah,
Watch
we
this.
waterboard
Here's
like.
the
And I'm pretty
info
sure
over. Oh, go ahead.
Shoops only knows how to run rock polish the ante, and let's also not forget that he forgot Claus 3 times in one battle.
Oh
I thought it
my,
was twice. Was it 3?
I think it was
No,
3.
it's 3.
It was
Oh,
twice.
that's even worse.
It was
Martin-
twice,
oh, no,
but
he
the
clicked it
fact
3
that
times.
he even forgot to begin with, twice
Yeah.
is still astronomically more.
Like once, if you are like so in the heat of the game, and you're in D3, I get it. Like maybe once in like an entire season, and that's like the last time you ever forget. He did it 2 times in the same battle. Like you cannot be frugal with me right now. Like
No, that's unforgivable. When you can
that
literally
is.
just go over Pokemon and see if they're asleep, that's completely.
Exactly. Or like, I guess like, if like say a mon has rest and you put it to sleep and you don't know if it rested or sleep or you
And
slept
he's
it.
like, oh, I
Still.
forgot sleep clause exists. It literally says on the draft here, sleep clause, like at the top, like it's there, and then you just forgot it. So I'm just like,
Also, the
Lit-
turn that he clicked Spore twice, the second time, there was a Pokemon in that was asleep, and then he switched out, and the Spore failed.
No, he predicted the sleep, but that's the thing, is he looked at the mon that was already asleep.
Yeah, it was literally in front of him. He already put it to sleep.
I also want to say Shoot's team has no ghost resist at all. Like,
Oh,
literally
wow.
none.
It's okay as a pills one. That's fact.
What do you mean? It's got Pyro Ghost immunity.
Well, dude, I was gonna say Dragapult goes in, but and his
only.
only way to stop it is like Pillow Swine being Spadef or something. But I just
Yeah,
forgot he doesn't have an
that-
ice
that's
move to
what-
kill it. So
Yeah.
That Gengar gonna put Shoot in the
Yeah,
ground.
he's gonna run. He's gonna run. Rest, sleep, talk, stealth rocks, facade, pillow swine.
Here it is.
does Facade boost with sleep or no?
No,
No, it's
Was it not? Oh,
no,
it
it's the
should.
same
honestly.
boost
Nah.
as Guts.
not
Yeah.
yet. I found that out. I'm lucky.
I feel like it should though. It counts as a status.
Yeah, it should. But
I mean,
yeah,
Shoot's
I-
been 2 good Rakus, not bad removal.
Well,
Nah,
Shoops,
really,
There's
there
like
you go.
Shoops can make
about
moves.
this-
There are some moves Shoops should make and make his team a lot better. But even with a good team, it is Shoops. Even though I like
Really?
Shoops.
I really
I
don't
was
even
about to
think
say-
his team is like awful. It's
I
not.
don't
a
think
good
his
No,
team's
this
awful.
this
It's
team,
not the
worst.
like if like
Really?
someone better had this team, they I think win like 7 games.
That's what I was
Well,
gonna
the thing
say.
with-
The team's good. It's just in the wrong hands. It's in the.
Yeah,
Exactly.
My thing
Yeah.
by looking at this is like Shoops' team looks like it like does a lot of stuff to help the first 3 Pokemon just kind of go in.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I also
Like it
wanna
sets
say-
up,
not even a bad
it
thing.
ships, it does stuff like that, and
But
then
he
like
doesn't do that, and then
That's
he just
the issue.
loses the game.
I also want to.
Like-
Oh, God.
yeah, you're good.
I wanted to point out that this is something I try to have make all my teams, just to have, good knockoff users. Shoots' knockoff users are like Hello, Excelgor,
Alamola.
Is Hitmontop?
And
Hitmontop's not
Alamola.
And yeah, Alomomola gets knocked.
Oh, and
Does
Hitmontop
Hitmontop
doesn't
get
get
knockoff? No, it
If
doesn't.
No.
Does it not
get knockoff?
oh wow,
It's only
Yeah.
Lee, I
Sad.
think.
Only him and
That's-
League.
Wow.
That's why
Hitmontop
Hitmon
should get it.
clean.
It really doesn't make sense then to me.
I mean, hey, Shoots he has more knockoff users than fucking.
I think he's more than me.
He's more than Brandon. His knockoff user is literally a Nihilego.
You know, he has more than I do. I think.
I
But
guess my ceiling and floor for this team. Ceiling, I think is. It's gonna sound mean. I think the ceiling is 2 and 9. I
Okay, well no, it's I mean,
no, because his schedule is really tough. Like it's
it
like
does end tough.
I
He
think
did
he's
get the
already
easiest out of
played
the way.
all of the lower echelon people of D3.
I think no offense to Steph, I like Steph. He could beat Steph. That's because Steph does some
okay. I'll give
major
him 3.
misplays,
Nate.
and
I
he
think
could
he can beat
Slink.
Steph. And he can beat
Slink.
Slink. Yeah.
No,
So we'll say
like
3 and 8, and then I think
I will say
The bottom is 110. 110
I
is the
think
bottom.
I think that, and this is the reason that Shoops is 1 and 4. Every once in a while, he has like when the shell bites Slowbro on the tail, he has like epiphany moment, and he plays well for like 10 turns. He plays like a god.
he turns
And-
up.
But those 10 turns matter so much.
Yo, it's like
They really do.
yo,
Yeah.
Harris is
I mean,
like
hey,
Chopper with the.
I mean, hey, at least Shoops, he doesn't have Gliscor to bring fucking EQ-less Gliscor. Like,
What you mean? He's doing? He's just running He's just Power Fire's taking his spot.
well, yeah, someone took his Toxapex. He's like, well, I'm gonna have it, all right, and he just
Target
decided Marini. Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
this team's not it.
4 is absolutely 1 and 11 or 1 and 10 because this team is
110.
not like, yeah, it's not.
I would
amazing.
love though if he somehow made it to playoffs because I'd lose it. I would be
If
like
he
He'd
that.
made
have to
it to
win out and win with differential. Like,
Yo, if he makes it to playoffs, I'll drop Del Fox. Quote me. That's how confident I am. That's how confident I am.
you have to take it first overall in the next draft. That
Shoops
you're
I'm
really
not
doing.
taking it first pick. I'll
Shoops is
draft
really
it.
good. Bro, you want to know the sad part? Shoops is actually tied to Steph in this.
No, I know. I thought about that.
Don't
Steph-
yo,
Steph got
nah,
his
nah.
win this week.
Let me cover Steph when we get there, please. Please.
Okay.
Steph-
Yeah,
Steph got
we'll
his
move
win
on to
this week.
Slink.
Steph got his win this week. It was probably like, finally, I'm not tied with Shoops anymore. And the Shoops like, hold my beer.
Wow. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Well, Lucas for
Oh,
22.
speaking of another team that's
yeah,
1 and
another
4.
team that's tied with Shoops is Slink. The Los Angeles Low Punnies, 1 and 4 minus 10, and his team is Mew, Mega Low Punny, Landers, Incarnate, Gengar, Entei, Empoleon, Noivern, Morpeko, Carbink, Leafeon, Sableye, and Illumise.
Alright, I'm roasting this team for alright. So this team had the saga of just like, okay, already this OP character, and he got the new Mega Lopunny Landers. I don't know how you could. And then he dropped it in the draft. Like,
Wait, what
You-
you
You cut out, dropped it in the draft, and got what?
he got a round 4 shuckle, and his team dropped him down.
Yes, he was the Shuckle.
And then he dropped the Shuckle anyways.
Oh, we didn't talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
moves for Shoops, because he does have 5. I would just real quick.
True.
I'll just say a better fire type, a
better
better
electric,
knockoffer.
don't be on ass.
Yeah, better fire, electric, and dark. And
I would
maybe get
rather
rid
you
of like a
draft-
Selgor.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I would completely rather you draft Pincurchin than Jolteon. I
I
would rather see
agree.
that on your team.
I agree 1,000%.
No. Here's the thing. The only reason I don't
Pincurchin
think he
gets more
should.
than one move that it can use in its move kit, even though it has 48 HP.
The only reason I don't think he should is they'll limit the amount of spores he can use, even though
That's probably a good thing.
I think that's a good
I,
shit.
I think it is a
gotta
good
cut
thing.
off.
I think it might be good, but at the same time, he won't even get one of them off because
Yeah,
he'll be like, "Oh, I forgot electric turn."
Better dark, fire, and electric. I think that's the best thing you could do.
Okay.
But yeah, going back to Slink.
Yeah, so going back to Slink, I want to say the one positive thing. Unlike a strength Mega Lopunny yet, so I think that's a massive positive.
I mean, it's
But,
11 and
yeah.
4. He's kind of killing it.
Yeah. You know
I'm talking
what?
about Lopunny hasn't run strength. That's a
Oh,
positive.
he did run strength low, but you right.
That's a
Shout-
positive.
Shout out to my boy.
Yeah, he made his team a little better. Like that.
Well, he was
because
0 and
made
4.
moves. Wait, what's
Wow.
0 and 4?
The Mew.
Mew.
Ow.
And the Lando. Oh, how you?
And the Entei is 0 and 2. It is literally low
Also, I
punny. It
just
is low
wanna
punny in
point
the
out-
gang.
Can we talk about how this damn save boy has got brought to the same amount of games as a Gengar and an Entei?
No, he got the Gengar late. He didn't have that. He had Gyarados over Gengar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, but still,
Also-
why they come more? Why is it tied with like Entei?
I
Yeah.
also want to point out his
Why does it have more
fairy type is a Carbink.
Wait,
Why is
I
Car-
mean, he has,
what does
I mean,
Carbink do?
it's also
It's
a
rock.
It's a
It
rocker.
explodes.
It's a
It sets
rocker,
up
and
rocks
it's a
and
screen
does
setter.
screens in like PU. It's really cool.
and then explodes.
Yep.
I mean, its defenses are very good, but other
I mean,
than that,
I'm like a lot of.
No, they're really not, because it's like 50 base HP.
what? Hey, I said its defenses were good. I didn't say its
So, like,
HP.
Pincurchin-
Oh, imagine Carbink evolved into Diancie like that with Eviolite. That'd actually be pretty
That would
decent.
be.
I mean, though, all I'm saying is its defenses are base 150.
Yeah, but
Also,
its
I wanna
HP is
say
so
Dark-
ass.
His Dark
Also-
Resist are Mega Lopunny and Carbink. So
Also, can we go off the fact that his two highest base defenses are Carbink and Leafeon?
Wait,
I mean, they're very high, but
Why
it's
is
still-
Leafeon's base defense 130? Why didn't they put that in
I-
speed? Man, they
I mean, speed's 95. That's not
I mean,
bad.
still, imagine his attack was 130 and his speed was 110.
Now
Bro,
imagine if
bro.
y'all got earthquake. We in
That
there
doesn't even
now.
make sense.
Bro, make the ground shake. They call me Entei. Wait, hold up.
Huh?
Nick gonna get on you for that one.
Yeah. 16 speed wise is kind of insane with Mega
I mean,
Lop and
speed wise
Miltank.
is good.
Yeah, I like his
See-
speed tiers a lot.
I'm not
No,
gonna lie.
his top 4 are very good.
I'm gonna be truthfully honest. I don't even think it's the team's fault that he's 1-4. I think it's him.
No, it is him.
No, but he also
He
had a
didn't-
really tough schedule to start.
Okay,
No,
but still,
He didn't have to get 6-0'd by me. That was his
Right.
prep.
Okay, but like he plays people I think he could beat. He plays
but he
Shoots.
played. He still played poorly. Like at least in that hero game, he played.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he played well. I'm just saying like he didn't prep for Theo Suicune at all. I don't know.
Exactly.
He dropped the ball with Mew, Mega Lopunny, and then Sheer Force Lander stuff. That makes no
Like
sense.
how is the Mew 0-4? Why does Sableye have a better differential?
Yeah, and he doesn't have any moves left, so this team is locked in. I think
Yeah.
at best I think he's 6-5. And that's really a
That's
stretch.
generous.
That's a real big stretch.
You know, you can
6-5. He has to win 5 of his
you can
next
give out
6
some
matches.
5-6s, some like 4-7s. I think you can give those out.
That's real.
I'm
generous.
saying like if he
It's
goes on a run where it's like Mew and Lopunny just start to take over games, I think that's
Yeah, no,
when you have Mew Lopunny, I think you always have a shot. I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. Like now
Oh,
that Mew has
that's
Dragon Dance, this team is physically capable of winning 5 of its next 6.
Wait,
Will it? I doubt
Mew
it.
and speaking of Mew and Lopunny, Steven.
Okay, no one's gonna get that reference.
I'm sorry.
Mega Bayonet has better differential than you.
Hold nah, you capping.
I'm not capping.
Wait, what? I'm leaving this call. Why?
Mega Sableye has a better differential on this team than Entei, Landorus, and Mew.
not Mega Sableye.
Whatever, regular Sableye, same thing.
I was gonna say it is. Do not overrate.
Those are not the same thing.
Anyway, yeah, so I think absolute ceiling, and more realistically, it'll probably be 5 and 6, but absolute ceiling 6 and 5, and then
The only
his
advice
floor
I
is
give is-
3 and 8.
My advice I give is Slink. You just need to start playing, man, bro.
Yeah, I would say just honestly, play a little bit better and really rely more on Mew and Mega Lopunny. Just
Yeah,
absolutely rip
be
through
better.
teams.
That's what he's trying to tell you, Slink.
Mm.
Don't suck. That's what Ben just said.
I mean, it's.
I'm kidding, Slink. I love you. No,
anyway,
that's how Ben
we're
said
gonna
it.
we're gonna move on to Steph.
Oh, no, I got this one first.
Okay, you want to read the mons, or do you want me to?
Nah, you can still
Like, I
read
love
them.
you.
I'm just
I
saying I
swear,
got
please.
this.
So Steph's team, who I really like, honestly, is
His team
Kira
is so
Black,
fucking good.
Torn T, Corviknight, Infernape, Milotic, Rotom-Mow, Drapion, Palossand, Big Dub,
Big
Banette,
Dub.
Mega, and then Duosion and Wigglytuff.
All right, now see, listen, it's already bad enough that Slink's 1-4 with his team. How is this team 1-4 with a Karen Black, Tornty, Corviknight, Milotic, and Infernape?
And I just want to say that his 1-1 was versus Slink and a 1-0, so he is very close to being 0-5 with this team.
Like, listen, Steph, Steph, my boy. He really nice and all that, but I want him to do it. Literally, I don't understand. He literally plays the early game super well. Like he does so good early game, but then mid to late game he just throws it. He throws the game.
He doesn't have a single Pokemon with positive differential.
Ow.
I just want to say this looks like a team that I need.
Yeah, this team, like Rotom-Mow,
love this
Infernape,
team.
Torn T, this literally looks like a team I would totally use. I mean, it has a little bit more.
This is a
Pokemon
team I
probably
could
use,
see in
but-
any division.
I
I could see this
literally
team
get
being
it.
It's
I
not
just replaced the
terrible.
Draymond. I literally
No.
replaced the last 3. Mega Bayonet, Delotion, Wigglytuff.
Bro, trade that in. Like, how many points would that be? That'd be what?
Delotion and
6?
Wigglytuff are like 1 point each.
And then Mega Banana, I think is 4.
I mean, you can keep the Delotion. It's not bad.
I was thinking like if Banette was like 8 points, he could get like a good 10 or something. I don't know.
You really think we'll make that 8 points?
No, I was just thinking in my head. Yeah, because I mean, like
Right.
he has all 5 moves, so I'm not sure
But
where he
even-
goes.
But screw it. It doesn't matter that he has like 3 bad months. He's still most of
This
the
team is
team's
really
good.
good. It's just you gotta play better. Like
You-
Jamal said, the
you
mid
got-
game and the end game. Just play consistent. And I think you'll
Just
win
keep
more
playing.
games.
Just keep playing up like how you do with the early game. He would literally win games. But like
are pretty sus.
But literally, oh, go ahead.
His rockers are sus. I'm just saying their Infernape stuff is not it.
I guess.
But like,
I mean,
when he look at his games, he plays them.
yeah, he like plays well with it.
Does
Also,
I don't
he
think
really
Rock
do a whole lot for this
type
team?
to be weak too.
I mean,
I think so. Like
I mean, like, I
think
just
it's,
wish he had a better rocker, and I don't know.
I mean,
What do you mean,
he makes Palisade work as like his rocker.
Yeah,
But you don't want to have
yeah,
to bring
he
that.
avoids 2 blizzards, bro.
yeah. I
That's
just want to say,
true.
like, if you want to look at like where stats,
Just making it
like,
like fall in two
Literally.
hurricanes in the sun. You're just making it work, you know.
literally look at his game versus Scott, where like he pretty much had the game in the bag, but he put nasty plot on.
Yeah, he just be throw like that's problem. He literally like he be having all that momentum from the early game, then he like throws his win con and it dies.
I
And it's
also
like,
think
well,
he's losing a little bit in builder too because he's so afraid of missing hurricanes that he's bringing air slash hurricane now, and it's like you're limiting Torrent so much when you take away a move slot to run air slash.
exactly.
I was just talking about this earlier, like with Mystery and Theo. Like, we don't run moves because we don't want to miss. If you miss, you just complain about it later. And
Exactly. Like
deal
you
with
get the bailout.
Like
You need this. I would rather miss and not kill something, and then have it's like sacrificing a 100% chance, or like some chance to like kill something, as opposed to a 0% chance to kill it, but you're gonna get some damage on it. Like,
exactly. Like
I don't agree with that.
You shouldn't be scared. Like, okay, I know, it sucks missing a move, whatever. It may cost you a game even, but like if it's good, if it's like that scary that you gotta break both, that makes no sense. You shouldn't be able to do that, especially on a Marn like Torrent that gets so much coverage.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather run
Yeah, like,
deform
running a
hurricane than
Torrent,
air slash hurricane.
Like I'm saying, if you're drafting a Torrent, which by the way he got that like round 4.
Yeah.
You basically gotta commit to hitting hurricanes. Like,
Exactly.
like like if you don't want to run hurricane, you gotta have like put yourself in position where okay, you probably miss this hurricane, you're not in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't bank on the hurricane to win, but like I don't know.
I mean, sometimes you have to,
But
but even still,
one of the
wait,
most. It's just
Oh,
one
go
of the most
ahead,
forgiving Pokemon when it comes to missing hurricanes, because it can always heal back up whenever it wants.
yeah, I was gonna say that. Like Torrent, like with its bulk plus region, if it misses Hurricane and you take a strong
It's really
hit,
not that big of a deal.
I mean, it's tough, but like you miss, you could have got the kill, but like you could just try again.
Yeah.
Now, dude,
wait till
instead of missing, he's going for the 30% flinch.
And you have really good bulk. Like, I think your bulk core is really not that bad.
No, it's pretty
I think
good.
you could, I think that it doesn't resist rock besides Palossand, but like you have a grass type and a water type as 2 of your.
And Gordon, like,
I don't think
super
rock is
bulky.
even like that bad of a thing to be weak to, unless you're talking about stealth rocks.
Exactly, and plus, another thing, like he could also afford to just run air slides if he brings Jake down with T spikes, because then like you get the chip, you have nasty plot too, you can run air slides. You literally don't need both moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, bringing bolt's the weird thing. Bring one or the other at least, I think.
Exactly.
Like
you
when
can
he
have
brought
more
Hurricane and
coverage.
Air Slash against me, I was genuinely confused.
Or just do what Jake did all season 6 and just run Flying Gym Acrobatics.
There it
That
is.
works too. Just do the
Bruh.
Jake.
I hate that.
Jake, I think it's kind of hard to do the Jake. Jake kind of.
Nah, but I swear I never
That's
seen
like
Jake.
doing the mango and Smash. It's like it's kind of just everything, and you can't replicate it.
Yeah, true. But yeah,
I
but yeah, he
will,
can also just run physical too.
I'll say that his schedule is forgiving a little bit. He plays Shoops, Hero, who I think he can beat, James, Meese, and then Brandon, and Andy. I forgot to say too. So I feel like realistically, I think he'll go 5-6, and then bottom is probably like 3-8. I think that's fair.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, again, I can see like this team can definitely make a comeback. It just depends on how.
just
how
started
well
really
Steph
bad,
plays.
and it's tough to like when you're 1-4. You really gotta like.
You gotta win.
Yeah, it's pretty much the old Aaron Rodgers. You just win. Like there's no other choice but to win, and
Exactly.
yeah. So, I
And
mean,
then,
there's not really a whole lot of moves I think you should make. I think you should just, it's going to sound mean, but play better. I mean,
Really, the only moves that like you can think could change it is like maybe it's like drop the Mega Man neck because for like something else.
yeah.
But
Yeah, you don't need the Mega.
yeah,
I don't know. If you had enough points for like a lead arrow or something, that'd be kind of heat, but I don't know. That'd be 3 flying types too, so whatever. We'll just, we'll move on
That'd be
from there.
another. That'd be. Yeah.
Is this the last team?
yeah.
No.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Theo.
No, after stuff.
We
Yeah.
didn't do it.
So,
No, it's just that's what he meant.
yeah, no, Theo's the last one. All right,
I am so glad that we don't have a certain Pokemon here. Cough, cough. To make.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just dropped it. Just barely did make it.
I might edit on the screen on the side like that
Flash
side just
No,
because.
stop
Flash it really quickly. We're not going to talk about it.
Theo, since
Stop
it's
it,
your
no.
team, you can read it off.
Oh, Tapu Lele, Garchomp, Victini, Terrakion, Suicune, Mega Venusaur, Registeel, Rotom Frost, Sock, Skuntank, Volibee, and Hippopotas. Thought Patrol. The man, the myth, the legend.
So, I want to say at the beginning of the season, I'm glad Theo.
Oh,
Yeah, you
you
cut
cut
it out?
out. You said you're glad Theo what?
I heard a
So-
compliment.
I said I'm glad Theo dropped the fucking Magneton for a Ready Steel.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
Oh yeah.
Well, no,
it's
mid
last-
draft, I realized that mistake, and I was like, wait, I have points for Registeel, but I had to wait because like I had to wait for D1 to finish drafting.
Yeah, and then apart from that, I'm just like, okay, one Theo's offense is fucking insane. You look at the top four,
Exactly.
it's stupid. But at the
Guard-
same time, if you look at stuff like this, it's like, okay, Theo's ground resist are worth them. Honestly,
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah,
lie.
Rotom Frost and Volibee.
Theo's literally had one game of tracking. I was already 3-0. So.
Easy.
I'm on going for the MVP. Hold up.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Lele on this game. I mean, it's not a bad breaker, but I just think Clefable a little better defensively. But I see why you picked it up, I guess. Like, you know.
I don't know,
It
Theo. Do
helps,
you want
but
to,
I
since
just
you're
feel
actually here, do you want to talk about what you thought like
Yeah,
Lele
what-
did a little bit better?
Well,
Yeah.
okay. So Clefable was more of another wall compared to Suicune, Venusaur, and Registeel, which I already had.
Mhm.
Plus, to make the moves I wanted to make, I had to drop Clefable because it was 21 points because I franchised it.
Mhm.
And even then, Lele's not as much like it can't do nearly as much wall like defensive wise as Clefable, but it does more offensive wise that my team lacked. Because before I got Terrakion and Lele, I had Victini and Garchomp.
Yeah, I would say this
Okay.
team
And-
really struggled to like beat because it was bad balance basically where you like couldn't kill things, but you also weren't
Yeah.
like super defensive enough where like you were stalling. It was just like bad balance. I don't know how to describe it. It
I
wasn't.
mean, I just wish you had better ground answers, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I still have moves. I still have
and your
moves.
dark type was fucking Skuntank.
I didn't
Oh,
have the
yeah.
points for a good. I didn't have the points at that point for a good one. So
You got
I
Volibee.
was just say I would rather have Volibee than Skuntank.
I mean,
love
like,
Skuntank.
you could drop Skuntank
Well, I mean,
for like
I've been looking at dropping Skuntank, but I need to find something I want to drop it for.
Yeah, Skuntank kind of useless on the team. We have Mega Venu and Volibee.
what was that?
I said Skuntank kind.
No, I was talking to Tristan who's fucking whispering into the mic. I mean, how many points to Lowland Muck?
Like
Um,
14, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really high. 13.
More than
I was gonna
Skuntank.
A
say.
lot more than the 5-point
much.
Skuntank.
Yeah,
Um,
dropped the Drake Beyond for 8.
All I'm saying is, I'm sorry that this race still is 0-1.
Yeah, he
Come
has
on.
not been putting in the work as of
Come on,
yet.
D.
But
Come on,
I mean,
D. You gotta join the Reggie gang. You gotta join.
I will say this. I think
The worst part about the James match is I had Shadow Claw on it, but I was like, oh, I should have a rocker and replaced it. So if I had Shadow Claw, I won that match with Registeel.
Unfortunate.
I
think
know.
I think every team at their peak, I think this is still the best team. Like, I don't know. I definitely the ground switching thing is kind of rough, but
Too
when you
bad-
have
too bad I
Suicune
suck.
Venusaur, it's not crazy because
What are
you
you
probably live
3-2?
one. But yeah,
And I
think,
haven't even played Shoops yet. Ooh.
Yeah, like the ground weaknesses there, like if James were here, he has a Mammoth Swine. I don't know. That doesn't fucking 6-0. Actually, I know he got to get burned. That's what.
They already fought.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I already
That-
fought him.
But that was
Yeah.
before the moves of Lele and
Oh yeah,
Terrakion.
that was bro. I still remember that conversation we had, dude. I'm like, bro, Memo saw about to fuck you up. You're like, yeah, I know.
Smiley face.
I'm like, they
Literally,
break the
like
Suicune.
half of his team individually fucked me up. So I was like, yeah.
Psychic, I'm like, they break the Suicune.
I will
if you
say, I
go-
think honestly, like he has Victini now. He has a bunch more mons that outspeed it. I think this isn't as bad of a matchup as it was before. So if they played in
Oh, yeah.
playoffs, I think actually Theo might have matchup now. Maybe
No,
a little bit.
literally, if man was good kill, but he comes in like, what up? Or Terrakion even? Terrakion's
No,
like,
yeah.
will say I'm
I just
disappointed
smack a
after
scarf
5
on
weeks that
Terrakion
Victini
and
has
half his
one
team
kill.
just dies.
Yeah.
wait,
Have you
how
faced,
does he only have one kill?
Because I don't use it as my sweeper.
Well, that's the thing too. It was so pressured offensively. Like every week, I kept seeing the same thing of like he literally relied on Victini to be like choice banded or choice scarf because it had to do everything offensively for him. I think Lele and Terrakion now take that pressure off him.
Yeah, I like this one better with the besides like I like this more than like with Clefable on it.
Yeah, like he's got like 4 offense mods at the top, and then well, not Rotom, but like that second row is defense, defense, and then like the bottom row is just kind of a mix of
And then Pokemon that could do something.
But yeah,
Dude,
just
Hippopotas and Sock are not dogs.
Yeah, no, they're matchup dependent, but yeah, I mean this team I think is pretty good. I would say.
I think the only change I see you doing is get rid of Skunk Tank for no ground answer.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I was looking at those, and I was looking at those actually in mid call.
And then
Yeah, your grand answer
schedule-wise-
right now is kind of like Land of Blizzard with Rotom Frost.
Dude, the Palisand dodged both, and it was gonna kill, and it threw me off the rest of the match. But then Steph messed up himself.
And then Steph threw the rest of the match.
there's
But you know,
a
you know what?
coincidence.
A win's a win.
That's what I
Oh,
call.
win's a win. That's what I'm saying.
So
like-
you finish up the schedule
win's
with
a win.
Hero,
Get down on themselves
Brandon.
about like they feel bad they got hacked, so they feel like they didn't deserve the game. It doesn't fucking matter. You deserve the game because everyone chose to play the fucking game. You
Here's the
had
thing.
to prepare yourself for that shit.
A win's a win, and the fact that I didn't hack him for that win
Yeah,
doesn't
you
make me
got
feel that
hacked
bad.
and you still won. So
I didn't get hacked that bad, but it was
choose to
still.
play.
I mean, you missed 2
That's how
blizzards.
it is. You
No,
can
hold
complain
up.
about hacks, but it's not worth it.
No,
'cause
you could get the hold up. I got you. You get the best ground answer there is Sceptile.
Wow.
Listen, that was on my team, and I didn't bring it once.
Dude,
Take
Charizard's there.
Yo, you got Raranthus.
I did not get lured.
No, I meant,
Well, see, like I wanted
Theo could get
I
it.
wanted Theo to somehow get Serena, but it's
Hold up, Miranda
Theo
gets
could get Raranthus. Yo, it's a defucker too. There you
Yup.
go.
And it
There's
has
the answer.
contrary Leaf Storm. Hold
Yup,
on.
and she's
Time to,
basically superior.
time to sweep once again with my non-Victini Pokemon. So
I guess
my
I'll do
favorite thing to do.
the schedule now. So it's Hero, Brandon, Shoops, Paul, Scott, and then Mies. You're 3-2. I think at best it's absolute best it's 8-3. And then at worst like 6-5.
at worst 3-2. Oh wait, 4-2. Or fault 4 and whatever.
Oh,
4-2.
You
All
were
right, you
intelligent.
okay?
You were very intelligent.
You okay? You okay?
Big stroke hours.
No, I'm not.
So yeah, I think my playoff predictions, I guess, just based on where we are in the season, I'll take a look at that for standings.
I think playoffs are honestly the top 6 at the moment.
I
if I
think the
remember
only
them
people that I
correctly.
think have
Hold on.
like a good chance to get in are the top 9. And I think maybe in like 2 weeks we'll know for sure a little bit like who's closer because like James S and Mies are tied. Andy's like right there too. So if I had to
Yeah,
predict,
there's a lot
I
of
think
3-2 right now,
I
and
think-
3-1.
I think Paul's somehow gonna get a bye. I think it'll be Paul and
shit,
Hero.
we could hit 2 hurricanes. I wouldn't be surprised he got by.
Paul, Hero, Theo, Brandon. I'll say Scott, and I think James S gets in, and I think we see Theo, James S for the first round. That'll be funny.
Oh yes, sir.
Wow.
about it.
Yeah, let us know how you really feel.
I fucked up myself in that own match, but still.
I guess if anything or anyone wants to say anything else, we've been going for like an hour and a half. Or wait, when did we start?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's either been like an hour and a half, so it's been a decent long episode.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think, like I said, unless you guys have anything else you want to say, real quick. No.
Nah.
All right. I think we will end it there then. So this was the D3 episode where we just break down every team. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, all that boring shit, and we'll see y'all next time.